Greetings, words during I'm started 656. I'd like to welcome you back to the channel. It's been a long time. Posting videos now of my LOME Tournament. This is my tiebreaker game with Dimmadome. I just played it. I'm going to do this review a little bit differently. At the request of Dimmadome, I'm going to look at his cards as well as mine, which I'm not used to doing. I'm no Ira Fey, and I'm definitely not the best player. So I'm going to do my best to just look to see what cards he has and give my thoughts. So I'd say wish me luck, but it's already done. So hopefully that you'll like this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. So here we are in the game. This is a tiebreaker. I chose to take free with 2 tokens. He offered it after I offered 0. And so I'm free. I have Aomerson of Aom and Mythral and Sting. And he has Rage of the Dunderlings and Nazgul Search. So here we go. He rolls a ton of eyes. And I roll a lot of movement. Usually at the start of a game like this, what I want to do is I want to be able to get Aragorn. But I don't have a way to get Aragorn of Will of the West. So what I'm thinking here is I'm going to move and I might put Mythral Code out so I can avoid the first turn reveal. Use it that way. So I decided to draw a card first, see if I can get like Wizard Staff or something good. I get Ents, so I play Mythral Coat, which is really early. He chooses to move Sauron down. He has Rage the Dunderlings and Nazgul Search, don't forget. And I bring Galadriel and Sauron moves down to war. That way I can get rid of an eye if I draw an eye. Make it easier to not get reveal turn my first movement and hit. He gets Gothmog. With the Fellowship, I am missed, which is I'm shocked. He draws Shadow's Gather. I didn't know this during the game, I know it now. I'm with the Fellowship, and I'm hit with 3 6s. So I'm like, please don't be an eye. That's a 1. So I'll take it. Yeah, I choose to suggest Mythral to do an eye. I'm not going to do that. I'll just joke around. Going to turn 2. Let's see what he draws. I'm curious. Gates are closed and Day Without Dawn. Oh, okay, Day Without Dawn. Okay, it's early Day Without Dawn. So he allocates an eye, rolls 1 more with Gothmog. And I roll Will of the West here. And I decide to use Gandalf's movement as opposed to Galadriel's draw. So he moves, looks like he's moving towards, I don't know yet, towards Gondor maybe? The Fellowship, I'm hit. So, and it's a 2. So I'm going to take Gandalf to that. No real big decision there. I bring a Balrog in because I am on my 3rd movement. He forgets to bring in the elite. He decides to do it. We remind each other to do that. All right. So there's Balrog's best friend. They grew up together. That's great to know. I think for a while I don't know what to do here. I think I'm debating getting Aragorn. That's my big thought. I'm looking at the cards here. I see I have Gua here. And I have Fear Fire Foes. So what my debate is I want to make sure Fear Fire Foes works. Because what I could do is I could separate them and forget about the turn. This here being at 3 movement. Just go 1, 2, 3 into can't read it. Cardalon. And then do second movement 1, 2, 3. So and then move the Hobbit into Old Forest. And then use Fear Fire Foes to get Strider into Lamroth, and then bring the North to war, and then use my last action to crown Aragorn. That's my thoughts, and that's where I debate a long time in the game. If you watch my live, which you can do, you'll see that. So I decided to draw a card to see if I can get something good. Like, and I was hoping for maybe it would be like the Book of Mizarble or something. It's not. Power of Tom Bombadil doesn't really help me, but it makes him make a decision. He's going towards Condor and towards Lorien. I'm with the Fellowship. I'm like, forget it. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna get him. He does hit me for 3. I'm gonna random here. Pippin, which is a very painful corruption hit, but I can get him in Purifier Foe's position. So I take the 2 corruption. I have to. I just move him around. Like, we'll put him here. I have to go all 5. And it's Hobbit of the Shire. Everyone's normal. All the companions are normal. And he condenses outside of Lorien. I play Purifier Foes. Should go straight to war. Maybe I get some worried that Dual Door's open. Lorien under siege. See Elves down. I decide to move Pippin to Tower Hill so he can be useful if needed. Probably a better decision would be to go to one above that. I can't read it. Evadim. Maybe that's a better place for him to go. He brings more Nazgul in and brings a regular to block my military hopes. I decide I'm going to use this Wall of the West to bring the Elves down. And I'll muster at the beginning of next turn. Oh, I didn't see his cards. I gotta look at them. Shadow of Dol Guldur. That's a good one to get a lot of troops fast. And Wormtongue. I would probably get rid of, if I were him, I'd get rid of Wormtongue. I draw Bilbo and throw it as a Theoden. Sort of Wormtongue. And he rolls 3 eyes. He's got his 2 minions. I got to choose which one he wants. And I roll a draw. And I start right away by mustering up in Lorien. Let's see. Shadows of Dol Guldur is a good way to just get a lot of troops fast. Sorry, yawning. I play Aemir here. But because I think that his action of discarding the Balrog die was his way to flip him. But I'm wrong here, and he reminds me that I just won twice in a row. So I take it back. All right, and then he decides to move out from Minas Morgul out. So now I know he's going for Gondor, and now I'm going to use my last token because I want to be able to muster up in Minas Tirith. So I do decide to eventually put a token down and move Gondor down so that his attack will allow me to muster. This is Gilead, no card. And I was hoping here too that I could sneak into Minas Morgul just to be annoying. Unfortunately, he gets 2 6s. I get 1 hit back. So I decided to muster Minas Tirith. It's under siege. I play Aemir. Big surprise there. I want to be able to play that before I can draw another card because I'm going to draw next. Tax Minas Tirith. I see a strategy card. I think I'm going to play Advantageous Position first, which is good because he did play Rage of the Dungeonlings Relentless Assault. If I would have done a different card. Yeah, it's not a bad choice. He decides to take 2 anyway, which is helpful because he hits on 5, so he actually gets 4 hits on that, which is crazy. I get 3 back. Remember, I'm not too happy here in this game, but that happens. He stops. I draw another strategy card so I can use it to keep defending if he attacks again, because I don't want to waste my stuff. And he moves out towards to defend, it looks like, or to reinforce. But I'm not worried about this troop here because they're not even at war. So with the Fellowship, and I'm hit again, and Smeagol comes out. So the man, the myth, the legend is here. Comes out. I draw Wizard Staff, which is going to go in the trash immediately. Power 2, great. Let's see what he gets. Warn the Star until and Threats and Promises. If I were him, I would get rid of Threats and Promises. Devilry of Orthanc. That's what he does. I agree with you. One sec. He says, okay, here we go. Gets an eye, rolls one more. I roll Wills of the West. And not worried. He's not at war about the Day Without Dawn. He chooses to use the draw die instead. Because they're both draws anyhow. I play Power 2 Great just to get this started. Because I want to save my Wills of the West because he can't Day Without Dawn me anyway. He plays Warren. Now I'm like, I'm not moving. After that, I have 5 movement. I count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can go to Lorien. Yeah, I'll lose Smeagol, but Warren Star and Toil can be awful, especially considering the cards I have. I have Mithril Coat. I have Bilbo Song. Those are 2 fantastic cards. So I'm not going to move. So I have a strategy card for my fights coming up. Draw through a day and a night. Something these feelings move down to war. 1 away. Pass. Shadows Gather happens. So he moves those 3 troops off of Venus Morgul. In. I start to muster up in Pelargir. Could be a mistake. Maybe I should be mustering in Dol Amroth instead. My thoughts are I just want it to be stupidly annoying. Draw a strategy card. It's Stenithor's Folly. He could play this. He can play it like right now. He's probably thinking of holding on to it to use the discard for Power 2 Great. He does have Shattered to. He does have Day Without Dawn, and yeah, all the 3 of his cards can discard this one. So we'll see. I would consider doing that. So I decided to bring a leader into Dol Amroth and a regular into Pelargir. Text me the Seereth again. I no card it. Or he no cards it. So I think I'm like, should I play a card? I said no card. I think it's 3. Didn't do anything for me. I mean, I could have played. I played Confusion, but he still would kid me. So he takes it. And I think for a little bit, Dimmadome says you guys went through Navy SEAL training. Great, for good. He decides to. I decide to be annoying, so I'm going to muster in that little spot next to Minas Tirith just to waste his turn. And I put 1 guy in Pelargir. With Southern Z strings all the way to war now. So now I overdraw into Celeborn and one's from the west. I'm going to get rid of Celeborn and the ends I think he's doing Begin Up Denial. And let's see what happens. Let's see what he draws into. Lure of the Ring and New Powers Rising. I would get rid of. It's a tough one. Denethor's Folly, because he's already taken it out. Yep, he did what I would have done. I declare through the Balrog, which gets rid of Smeagol, and gets rid of Wormstorm and Toil, which is more important to me. So I mistakenly decide to take him as the Balrog and say, well, he walked through to Lorien, so the Balrog was on the way. But I think the rules state that, and this is how we played it, and correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, we played it so that the Balrog takes place after declaring. So Smeagol's gone, so I just tanked the 2 corruption. So I'm at 4. I go up to 5. And then I heal 1. And I'm at 4. But Warren Star and Toilet gone. He allocates no eyes, rolls 1. And Gothmog rolls an eye, which means that he'll have to put the Balrog in the casualties. I still keep rolling wills, which is good. Sister moving the Fellowship right away. I decided to not do it because it took a long time. Then I thought I had better things to do. But better things, I mean, I decide to pass. Okay. So he could rush Rohan here and get Saruman, and then play New Power as Rising, and then rush down and take him. But I think it's different things. Maybe he's thinking of trying to get to Dol Amroth. A lot of muster showing. So the Fellowship, maybe it'd be better if I used the Vol of the West now to muster. But I decide not to. The Fellowship, he hits me for a 1. Doesn't hit me at all. And now he hits and he draws the 1 reveal. So he finally gets his first reveal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is nuts. All right, so he gets the Chief. I had the Fellowship using Strider's ability. Attacks Polar Gear. Let's see, look at his cards. I'll probably play Mumakil here. Yep, against a Confusion. Not confused, it's 2 hits. I get 2 back, lucky. So with those 2 hits, I'm able to. Mumakil will not go into effect. Press as I leave. I'm with the Fellowship, trying to get him off of the Chief. And he misses for the first time. Could play Nazgul's Search here and then do some more cycling. But if he does that, then I'm just going to hide with the character with the Palantir anyway. So he attacks Lamadin first. So I can get into Dol Amroth. I play Advantageous. It doesn't really help, but at least I don't take the Elite out. So he presses. I think how he's going to do it. Does it that way. I decide to play Winds in the West here, and We Shall Get It. I think this is a little early for that. Probably could held this on a little bit longer with it. I decided some Ford Muster with Gothmog, which I forgot he can do. I move the Fellowship again. I'm hit. So regular 1. I take it. And he Ford Musters again. Get Horn of Gondor, every little is a gain. Turn 6. Chief moves with me. Let's look at what his cards are. That he draws. Orc Patrol I would keep for sure. Half Orcs and Goblin Men. This is a tough call. I would probably eliminate half Orcs. Yeah, maybe it would have been. I would have considered last turn using one of your musters to get rid of the Power 2 Great cards, because I wouldn't want to overdraw and be in situations like this. And I would get rid of Day Without Dawn because that card is scarier if the opponent doesn't know you have it. What does he get rid of? Nazgul Search, sort of Lure of the Ring. He loses the Balrog. Gothmog stays. So, all right, so here we go. Oh, Gothmog's gone. Balrog stays. All right, I don't lose any dice regardless of what I roll because I don't have Gandalf to bite. All right, so he allocates 1 eye, rolls 1 more. For more Wills of the West, there's another draw. So I move the Fellowship. See if I think about it. So what do I want to do first? Let's get my cards again. with the Fellowship. We'll see what happens. I can get revealed off him, which I do. So to reveal, I'm starting to get high in corruption. I'm not going to just tank it, so I'm going to take a random. He does get Strider. And this is where he decides to War on Sorrow and Toil, because he was so probably hungry from the last game. I'm like, what the heck, man? So I have to go into the deck and get. It was Horn of Gondor. All right, so we go. So we decided to keep playing on. All right, so he attacks DA. Probably could have mustered that Will of the West, but I want to keep it there so that I can he's not getting minions immediately. Think so. I had the Fellowship. Someone I'd have Strider, but I don't. It's okay. He continues to forward reinforce. So to draw a character card. And this is a time where I have an idea. I'm going to draw through the deck. I'm going to put that character card away in the deck and see if I can redraw it. So it takes the whole deck to do that. And I put everything else back. There we go. So the hand is right. All right. So he attacks D8. Look at his cards. I'll tell you what I would play. Probably play We Come to Kill. Or Cruel as Death. Kill. I play Daylight because I see the strategy card, and I don't want to get destroyed. He gets no hits. I get 3 back. Just lucky. I think I forgot to reroll. Yeah, I forgot to reroll my leader. Okay, that happens. I can replay the game because of it. And he gets no hits. Passes, moves the chief onto me, so I'm like, okay, I gotta move. But I'm thinking I could possibly get Elrond and then move twice with the Will of the West. There's Orc Patrol on me. He draws first. He draws Breaking of the Fellowship. And he draws an eye. Which is good news for me. I have no idea about that eye. But I'm hoping he draws an eye when it reveals me in strongholds. So I'm hoping that they're there for that. I decided to do my plan and put my plan in action. It's Elrond, he's here. It's a Balrog. I move the Fellowship. I am hit. It's a 3. Take Legolas for that. And I'll take the character back. But if he plays Nazgul Search, smart move. So he saves himself me getting into Mordor. He had that the whole game too. So it's a waste. So I decided to play Horn of Gondor instead because I want to clear my hand before I draw again, and I can just hide at the next turn. See what he draws here. Does he top deck Cruel Weather? Yes, he does. Must have gotten that from playing Nazgul Strike or Nazgul Search. Here's our Broad and Shadow Lengthens. I get rid of Breaking of the Fellowship if I were him. I get Wisdom Velrun and Challenge of the King. Oh, it gets rid of Shadow Lengthens. It's one of the best cards. I would not have done that because I would use it to forward muster into if you need it, or move people forward. But he does have Gothmog, so I get his rings for him. I'll get an eye. I roll and I have to use that. I decide to flip the Fellowship to start. Good day without Dawn me. Plays Gates are closed, gets it out there. Gives me a choice, because I could use this to get rid of it. Fellowship, and I'm safe. I could use a ring to make sure I'm in, because it shows me he probably doesn't have cruel weather if he's not drawing for it or have any urgency. Because we could do is just use one of the rings to draw to see if you can get it. So I'm like, he probably has it, but I'm not gonna rush. Nice Luster Knock. I get this hit. I don't hit back. He decides how he's gonna move around instead. Just thinking how he's gonna do things, moving around. Okay, we're good. Starts condensing onto Dol Amroth to give me no hope there. And then they all move with the Fellowship and decide to leave. Looks like all the Oliphants in the east. And moves them all on DA. DA is tough. Lots of troops on it. I decide, because I see the guys coming up, that I'm going to do the typical movements that you do in a normal game, which is I move the Iron Hills guys into Erebor and Edoras up, so I can defend Rohan attack if he does it. Brings Isengard to war, so he can't play Day Without Dawn at this point. I draw a character card. Which is an Ents, which is going to be useless. It's cruel weather, so oh well. I had to try. I'm not gonna. I only have one ring left, so I'm not gonna use it yet. And my corruption is pretty high. So I draw a Spirit of Murder there and back again. I'm gonna get rid of there and back again, and the Ents card, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to use it. The Gandalf denial going on. He draws Olagai, and Balrog has come, which makes Lorien very appetizing. I love that card, because you feel like you're gonna hit everything with it. See what I get rid of. I think about declaring I don't, because I don't want the chief on me. I get rid of Ents, and there and back again. My dice back, Elrond and Galadriel. Balrog rolls a nice. The Balrog's out of the game. That's his dice. And Elrond rolls a Palantir. Did I not roll must not have rolled Galadriel. Maybe I did. I don't remember. Okay, well we're going on. I also didn't re-roll the other thing, so it's called even. My Spirit of Mordor, by the way, while I was talking, just miffed. It got one hit. The Ringwraiths are brought to with the chief onto me. Text D8, using a strategy card. I'm going to use Confusion on him to see if I can get some hits. And he plays We Come to Kill. How do I know that? Because if you look here, you can see it underneath what it is. You can also read it in the chat. So the guy's played there. See if he's confused. Nope, no confusion for him. So I get he gets 1. I get 2. Come to Kill gets 1 more. So I'm down to 3. Presses. No cards it. We both no card it. Gets 1 more. I get 3 back. Presses again. Now because I'm down to 2, I'm going to play Shield Wall. Play every little as a gain here, because because if he hits, I want him to waste dice to take this out. I think it's no hits, and I got 1 back. It's the end of that attack. And I'm going to move the Fellowship, because I don't want him playing like Isildur's Bane on me, something that's going to prevent me from getting into Mordor. And he misses, so I'm good with that. I don't have to worry about cruel weather at all. He starts drawing character cards that he gets on, and they went. Try Athelas. Maybe I'll get some healing. I need healing. That's something from the deep. I would play that if I were him immediately. Play Athelas. I got 1 healing, better than 0. He's Falthing from the deep. I do have Horn of Gondor. It's 3 eyes. If it's the one reveal, I'll use Horn to prevent him from getting a random companion. He draws the ring is mine. Because the chief is on it. He draws an eye. So I remember when I was playing the game, I was like, oh no, I needed those eyes in the pool for the gates are closed. So now it's a less than 50% chance he's going to draw it when he uses it. I pass. He decides to play the ring is mine. Should be drawing a character card here. Let's see what he draws. Maybe he already drew. On they went. Should be drawing there. I think he got on and they went from that. I could be wrong. Choose a strategy card, play a character card, a heroic death against a great host. And he gets 1. So I think, oh, you got them both. And I mistakenly killed them both. But I actually do survive, and there's 1 left. All right, so there we go. You can't press. I decided to start mustering the Northmen because I have all these extra actions. And he decides to forward muster in Dol Amroth. All right, so Dol Amroth is holding up. It's wasting its time. There's another way, and Imrahil, which is great. He draws Lula's Eye and Madness and Horror. I'm going to do gates first, and he starts picking the pool. So look at the hunt pool. He draws an eye, which is fantastic. Great news for me. His eye is discarded without effect. All right, so here we go. He's allocating 3, thinking of doing 2 instead, and does 3. Then he rolls. It was only 2 movements here. Then I roll another eye for him. And then I think about it. I stop and I realize I have an extra die out. Get rid of that. So I'm thinking, is there anything I do militarily here? Because he can't muster. Because I have a Will of the West. And I have a movement. So I could move into Moria. But if I do that, he can easily just use his army action to move the North Dunland into Moria too to protect it. So I pass. I can't pass. So I decide to play Imrahil right away. Passes. I decided to move the Fellowship. I have to do it anyway. There's a lot of eyes in the pool. This would be a 7 corruption hit if he gets an eye. He does get an eye, so I'm like, shit. This is not good. So I'm going to play Galadriel here. Give it to him. And that eliminates it from the game. And he redraws into a 0 reveal, which I'll take. So the 0 reveal. Now he has a ring. So he could play Breaking of the Fellowship here if he wants. But I know he wants to also allocate eyes, so that might be the best choice. Because if you play Breaking the Fellowship, I do lose companions, but that means he can't allocate eyes and make the hell of the nerve-wracking thing that just happened. So he decides to move his his Easterlings here, so that I'm just going to muster and Dale, be annoying then. He plays on and they went. Was in the pool. And I just keep bringing Northmen in. His Swarm of Bats. I draw Elven Cloaks. And let's see if there's another way. And Rangers of the North. Allocates 2 again. He draws Fighting Uruk-hai, Isildur's Bane. I will get rid of Lidless Eye. Why I could start Madness and Horror? I wouldn't do that. Then a Swarm of Bats. Okay, allocates 2 eyes, rolls 1 more. It's much better to move against eyes like this. And I roll 1 movement. So I'm not going to be moving. I'm just going to hide. He's probably worried if he plays Visitor as Bane, or that he'll draw into an eye or something. I have cards I can play, and I have a card draw, so I'm just going to character card cycle. That's my plan here. So let's see, gets rid of fighting Urukai and Words of Power so we can attack Lorien. Which our character card gets Smeagol, helps Nice Master. He draws a character card, he gets give it to us. I play Smeagol, helps Nice Master. He plays give it to us. And I play Elven Cloaks. So the pools is filling up with all our tiles. And he moves all leadership onto Lorien, so I can see what he plans to do. So I'm just going to bring an elite into Lorien to make this annoying. Next one with the character card is Balrog, I'm sure. I play Daylight. He pre's at 2 hits. And his regular combat is 1 more. And I get 3 back. He stops. It's scary. Makes sense. I draw Safe Paths in the Dark, kind of punching myself here because I could have used it now. So be able to go into his hand, get rid of some stuff. A red arrow. Does he draw? Let's watch. Let's watch. King is revealed in Palantir 4, I think. It's 3 eyes in the pool. So I'm fine to move against that. I'm going to move this turn. Fellowship. Where's Gladriel's dice? Okay, he realized it. So I roll it, and I put. I care more. I value the cards more than the mustering at this point because I'd have plenty of troops on the board. So I move. It's a 3, and I'm not going to use my Mithril Code here, but I will use the Horn of Gondor. And it's like a perfect death, and it's not move. So can we just fell off a cliff? Maybe that's a story there. Just playing Palantir 4, I think, but Saruman doesn't exist in this version of Middle Earth. He's busy playing in his playpen somewhere. So he decides instead of draw a character card, he gets Grond, which he could use to try to fight Lorien. But if he does that, it's going to be tough. So I play Safe Paths in the Dark to heal. Probably should have drawn a card first. He's mustering up to attack Lorien, gets an elite. I got 3 rings. That's a great card. Always hopeful. Always think I'm gonna get the best possible result. So I can use that later to have more flexibility if I get him back. He brings in a regular to Dol Amroth. And that's all he does. Oh yeah, that's all he can do. It's Gothmog. So to muster an elite into Lorien. I'm not going to play Curidan Ships this game. I don't think I'm going to find it. So I'm just going to use my elves there. He musters in Dol Amroth again. And I decide to keep mustering the Northmen in Dale. Dex DA. Let's see the cards he has in hand. I'd probably play Relentless Assault. Yeah. I play an Advantageous back because I do see the strategy card. I think usually you add to the rolls. So he does take 2 anyway. And that's enough. He gets them with the Relentless Assault. Took a long time. But he's at 5 victory points, turn 11. I draw we know the way there, and Dane Ironfoot's card. He draws. Black Captain oh, it's a good card. And Mustangs of a Long Planned War. I would probably get rid of Breaking of the Fellowship here. Gets rid of Mustangs of the Desperate Battle. Usually helpful. Gets 2 eyes, rolls no more. I roll 2 rolls to the west. And a character for this. All right. With the Fellowship, it's an I. So with that, I'm going to lose Boromir efficiently. He brings just happened. Muster Elite Moria with the Fellowship. And I just have all these muster actions the rest of the turn. So I'm just going to watch to see what he does. So I see he leaves Dol Amroth alone. He's moving up and moving towards Lorien. So I'm going to pass. Gets everyone in. Now I'm going to threaten military. This be funny. So that's all I'm trying to do. I know I'm not going to get it. I'm just being distracting. So it looks like I'm moving towards my 4 victory points. Which caused him to react. He moves 2 regulars into North Dunland and just move these guys down to maybe protect Dol Amroth. And now I decide I'm going to block that army of 5. And just make sure that Minas Tirith or Helm's Deep is okay. I think that's a funny move. He decides to attack Lorien. This is going to be a long combat. Let's see what happens. He starts to dread and despair. I do Valor. He's going to forfeit like all everything he can. I got 1 hit. He gets 1 back. Now he plays Cruel's Death. I don't card. He gets 3. Should be 4, I think. Maybe I played a card and it's not showing. It's 2 back. No cards. It's 1. I get 2. Presses. He does eventually take this out. So I'm just going to keep going. And he takes it. So even with the math issue there, didn't really make a difference. Lorien's gone. To 7 victory points. I decided I'm just going to muster Woodland Realm. I'm looking for his 3 points because I'm worried I'm not going to make it to Dunk. He just needs 3 more. So I do it this way. And I want him to waste his actions. So he does move those 2 guys into Moria and moves out these 5. Probably going to reinforce the north attack. Turn 13, draw Great Company and King Brandsman. Get our Sheila Blair and Kill Trolls. Okay. Yeah, Galadriel's gone. So I decide to think. I play 3 rings, see if I can get some rings back. I get 2 back, which is great. So I take Elrond and I take Gandalf. Which he loves Lair in the pool. I forgot to look at his hand. And Hill Trolls. Yeah, at this point, I think it's time to shift to Corruption. Fellowship, I do get a -1. Remember, I was mad at this point because I wanted to get down to Gollum. But it's fine. I go back to Corruption. And I take back the character. So I can move again. I can possibly win on this turn. I do have There's Another Way, too. And I have Bilbo's Song. He decides to attack Jur's Islar, which is going to activate Rohan. I scout away. I decide to just run into Helm's Deep and then make sure that everything's reinforced in the north to make it hard for him. I don't know where they're going. Oh, they're ignoring Rohan now. Looks like they're marching towards the Grey Havens. Quite the march. It's like the coastly quest from Gothmog. Just wants to be by the ocean. The Fellowship, it's a freaking red tile. But I'm happy to go down to Golem at least. So I decided not to use Mithril. I move backwards. Columns here. He plays Breaking the Fellowship to get a corruption. I'm going to hide the Fellowship. I feel it's kind of a waste. I could have also just used it to heal too, but I want to be able to move just in case he gets to his victory point requirement. So there's another way to hide. And also he could play another card that could hurt me, like Morgul Wound or something. That's my thoughts there. And he brings the mouth in. The King Brands. Cards the Citadel. Now he flips to move closer. He could have gotten Saruman too to get all of his dice next turn. He's moving. They're continuing his coastly quest. House of Stewards and Path of the Woods is Sudden Strike. Turn 14. Shows many kings, and we won't go back. Can't play because in this game because Smeagol's not the guide. It's an I. Wills this. I rolled tons of Wills of the West. That's a wonderful Day Without Dawn turn. So start with Will of the West to move. And it's the red eye. Now I'm going to play Mithril Coat here. For sure. And I got a 1, so I'm going to take that corruption. His hope is he could Isildur's Bane and hope for Smeagol. Or he could play Day Without Dawn, but if he does that, then I'm still going to be able to move. But I won't be able to ring again because I can't ring an Elven die. He does play Isildur's Bane. He does get Smeagol. Which means it goes direct corruption on what you roll. And he gets 3. It's to 8. So I'm going to move the Fellowship to see if I can win. Because even if it's an I have enough corruption. I can sponge it. I could have played Bilbo's Song first. He does have all the red tiles in the pool. I could have done that first. I move, and it's an I, and it's a win. So I get to 11. That's the game. I'm going to show you the stats. Well played, Dimmadome. It's close. Okay. Let me show you the stats. Yeah, I mean, he was plus 5s. Minus on 6s, but I felt like he hit all the time for the hunts. I rolled enough movement, but I only had 4 dice the whole game from the minions. So anyway, thank you all for watching this game. If there were some errors we made, we're going to keep it because, yeah, we try our best. So anyway, I'll see you in the next one. I'm going against Maester James. So it's going to be a short-lived tournament for me. He's going to kick my ass. He's a really good player. So Dimmadome, thank you for his sportsmanship. And I'll see you all soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.